This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.
Hello and welcome to Sanders Park for round 6 action of the CMK Chartered Accountants Premier Competition. It's second on the table, Stratford Eltham versus Tukapa, who's fourth on the table for today's clash. We'll go into today's weather. It's been a bit wet during the week, so it'll be a bit wet underfoot for the players. 19 degrees the temperature, wind speed 22 k's an hour, and the wind and it's coming from the north. Heading on to the last 3 games, Tukapa coming off a 20-14 loss against Southern last week. Stratford and Eltham coming off a 32-22 win against Clifton, and wins against Coastal and Spotswood. Prior to that loss against Southern, Tukapa had a good win against Inglewood, 63-7, and a tight one against Coastal, 31-26. Heading to the points table now, Old Boys leading the way, unbeaten on top, with Stratford Eltham second with 1 loss and 4 wins. Southern, last week's victors against Tukapa in 3rd place. Tukapa, 4th place. Clifton, Coastal, Inglewood and Spotswood in the bottom 4. As we head along to the team list now, Joe Burnett to take us through the Tukapa lineup.
Cheers, Sammy. Tukapa lineup today, we got in the front rows, we've got Thomas Edwards and Liam Burnett and Brendan Dent. Liam Burnett, of course, 100 games today, joins the Centurion Club. And he's ready to rumble. Mike Nyson and Josh Keach will be a good little locking pair there. And Joshua Hopkins, Chris Chollinge and Martin Lapo will be very good loose forward trio. Campbell Woodmass and Mason Porteal will really just be a good link into that back line. Max Beetham, who's coming out of nowhere really and into that 12 position. We'll see how he goes with Luke Taplin outside him, Regan Arson, the arsonist, and Ethan Lobb out wide, Brad Koeman out the back. Luke Javitsky, Patrick Howlett, Patrick Syme, Jacob Morrison, Nathaniel Peters comes back from injury, and Rory Ward as well. Logan Kumaroa looks to continue his ever-giving spirit to the game.
And the Stratford Eltham lineup, we've got Jordan McFarlane out of Gisborne Boys High School in the loose head prop position. Harry Hansen, new to the province, in hooking role, and Aaron Tosland rounds out the tight 3. The locking combination, William Butler and Hamish Walker. In the loose trio, a very strong loose trio with 2 representatives for Taranaki last season, and Scott Dury, the vice-captain, Himopo Cunningham, and Dale Bailey, who's played over 50 games for Stratford in the number 7 jumper. Moving on to the backs now, Jack Meads in the number 9 jersey in the Taranaki Academy, and he's got the chance to start with Adam Lennox away. Rocky Olsen, the competition's top point scorer in the number 10 jumper. In the midfield, Captain Nathan Clough alongside Jordan Masters. And in the back trio, plenty of speed with Chase Bailey, Brendan Coop, and the competition leading try scorer Issa Roma Nabuka in the number 11 jersey. In the reserves bench, we've got Trent Rowlands in the number 16 jumper, Michael Back, Henry Marchant, who will add a bit of height there, Campbell Moore, Nick Childs, the replacement halfback with over 150 games of experience for Stratford Eltham, Willem Ratu and David Avery in the 22 jersey. So plenty to play for here in this 2v4 competition match, Joe. Alongside me, been in the wars this week with the chipped tooth, mate.
I know.
What's going on there?
Bit of chicken gristle, apparently, folks. Keep away from it. Could be deadly. Now I'm excited. This could be a very interesting game. Second on the table, Stratford. You know, they could be a team like Southern last week that took up a loss too. You know, it could be very interesting.
They've been real front runners so far in the competition. Probably alongside Old Boys, been the standouts thus far. 1-4, lost 1. A good win against Clifton last week, 32-22. Of course, their last title, Stratford and Eltham, back in 1991, so they'll be looking to make amends there. The 2 clubs merged back in 2017. So, yeah, all to play for here, and a club on the rise, Stratford Eltham.
For sure, yeah. There's some very good players coming through. Obviously, Rocky Olsen, very good player. Nathan Clough, he's been there for a while. He's very talented at 12. Yes, very good. Scott Jury's had a bit of time with Taranaki, and I think they're just a very all-round team. Quite up front. They'll be looking to get over that advantage line pretty easily. It's what they do. And it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
As we see the punters there starting to fill out on the deck. A big game for Liam Burnett in the number 2 jumper, 100 games. The man from Fitzroy, first season back in 2015 for Tukapa. He's won 4 titles with the club and been a consistent, solid performer and great club man.
Yeah, and I hope he uses his height to his advantage.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, wow. Well, that's actually a point.
Yep, of course, scoring 2 late tries in that win against Coastal coming off the bench, and 4 tries for the season, so he's off the undie run.
Yeah, that's right. Impressive stuff. Probably all that Fitzroy backyard rugby, Sammy, and the bare feet and the
I think
down
so.
and dirty in the Fastia's backyard.
Yep, of course. Yep, and out of the Francis Douglas system. Yep, great to see him bring up 100 today. So he'll be coming through those flags shortly and leading the side out, I suspect, in his 100th game. And celebrations tonight, of course, at the club as well for such a great milestone.
And a quick shout out to Mary Burnett, who's watching at home. Mine and Liam's grandmother.
No doubt, very proud, as will all the family, Paul and Helen, of course, too, in attendance.
For sure.
Of course, quite cool for him to bring up 100 games alongside Brendan Dent in the number 3 jumper, who brought up 100 games a couple of weeks ago in that match against Coastal. Both played together for Francis Douglas, and now 100 games together in the front row for Tukapa. So the crowd slowly building here at Tukapa in anticipation of this 2v4 match in the CMK Chartered Accountants Club Rugby competition. We're fortunate enough today to have a few stats, hopefully, which will intersperse throughout the match, and give you guys a few more insights. So we're glad to bring that into the production today as well. So we'll head to a short ads break as we wait for the sides to head on out. And out come the Stratford Eltham lineup, led by their captain Nathan Clough. Of course, second on the competition with a 4-win, 1-loss record so far this season. A 32-22 win against last year's beaten finalist Clifton. And led out is Liam Burnett for Tukapa in his 100th premier match for the club. A fine achievement for the man they call Weasel. Small in stature but big in heart. He's been a real workhorse for this Tukapa side for a number of years, coming out of Francis Douglas and joining back in 2015, showing his gridiron skills there with a nice throw to the sideline and the headgear out the back. Liam Burnett in the number 2 jumper. Congratulations, 100 games.
Embrace the moment. These things don't happen very often. Good on him too, as he pirouettes to the crowd.
So we're about to get kickoff here at Sanders Park. Plenty of anticipation for this match. Josh Prestige, the man with the whistle in hand.
Worldwide.
And so it looks like Stratford and Stratford Eltham in the red, white and black. Rocky Olsen to kick us off, the competition leading point scorer with 65 points out of Whangarei boys.
And the Shakespearean Cheesemen take it off.
That's right, of course, a close connection with Stratford and Shakespeare. 67 streets, in fact, are named after Shakespearean characters down in Stratford. Joe.
Too right.
Fun fact, yeah. And we've got kickoff here. Rocky Olsen to take us away. Heading towards the West End Bowling Club end. Gets some nice height on that one. But it's well taken there by Josh Keach. Tukapa look for an orderly exit. Brendan Dent puts his head down. Woodmass with the left-footed box kick. And off goes Chase Bailey there with a strong return run.
No hands!
Still a little bit of dew on the field. Ball will be a little bit wet.
Some nice phases being worked here by Stratford Eltham. As off goes Olsen with a nice little in ball to Jordan McFarlane, the man from Gisborne.
He gets whacked back.
So look to go wide here through Nathan Clough, who finds his outside there. Chase Bailey.
Playing advantage.
Good little short ball, but it's just dropped there by Jury. There's Tukapa look to counter. They find some space up there on the right side. And Luke Taplin. And he's scragdolled to the ground there by Nabuka.
Tackle not complete. Touch!
Box kicking behind there by Woodmass.
Got that mark, Peter.
Will it go too far though? And it just has, so it's gone dead. So it'll be the option for Stratford Eltham. The scrum or the 22.
Touch, yep, take him back.
Both teams playing with heated confidence here.
I've got touched.
Not afraid to spin that ball and look very structured from the start of this game.
And in fact it's been touched by the Stratford Eltham player. So it'll be a 5 metre attacking scrum for Tukapa there. Bit of fortune early doors.
Carried back in goal.
And a bit tough on the Stratford Eltham boys there.
Chuck a wrench in the toolbox, that's what we've got. And should be very interesting.
Of course, thanks to PSL, sound, light and stage specialists.
So just reconnecting boys, they just show me your setup straight.
So first scrum for the day. It'll be McFarlane, Hanson and Tosland up against Edwards, Burnett and Dent.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Just went down there on the far side. Thomas Edwards out of the Crusaders Academy coming up against Aaron Tosland out of Francis Douglas. And that wet underfoot making it difficult for the respective front rows to get their footing.
It's the chairman's corner.
Let you adjust.
It causes havoc. And it continues to do so.
Just a bit puggy, the field in that area, of course, given all the rain and weather warnings we've had in the last week or so.
Crouch! Bind!
I believe it's perennial ryegrass, Sam.
Sit!
There's Woodmass now. Looks to spread it.
Playing advantage, high tackle.
So Prestige has got a high
number
tackle
10
there.
high. Over the shoulder.
Of course, player safety paramount.
9, you were fine. Good holding on
So
penalty.
any chance for Tukapa
High
to
tackle.
look for the scrum, or they may take the early points right in front.
What are we doing?
and that's what they'll do. So it'll be Mason Porteous, the second top point scorer in the competition with 51 points, to take an early shot from right in front.
Oh, not now. Just go back. Yeah, the ball's still live. Yeah, but just back 10 metres.
So Porteous looking to make it an early advantage to Tukapa, and straight through the middle of the post for a 3-0 lead.
I'm going to give you both him and your man the benefit of the doubt next scrum, and I'll make a decision for you.
So it'll be Rocky Olsen to get us back underway. This pre-game ritual, I understand, is a carb overload on a Friday with plenty of pasta.
Surely pesto for a bit of energy as well, Sam.
Yeah, I would suspect so.
Maybe a brown olive as well.
And down there to Lapo, who's just knocked that one on there. So Stratford Eltham gaining a bit of territory and possession. They'll have the feed to the scrum.
He won't be happy with that. He's a man of his ball catching ability, and he'll be very disappointed.
Yep, man of high standards is Mairanga Lapo, former chief under 18.
I'll tell you what, he probably would catch it if he was on the try line.
Yes, he's got a great try scoring strike rate, has Mairanga Lapo.
And obviously, as we see Ben Safleet on the far side, doing that touchline.
Former Tukapa Centurion himself. So it's fed there by Jack Meads. And it's a nice little 8-9 down the blind side. He's making good grounding. Finds Scott Jury on the inside for a well-worked try there by Stratford Eltham. Scott Jury, the vice-captain, dotting down.
The Caesar salad wrap around the corner with the hand, and goodness, that was good. Now just a little in-between play between the two players. Just setting each other playing up.
Go to the replay there. Nicely worked 8-9. Meads looping with his 8-9 there, and off went Jury, the Taranaki representative. He's a real leader within this side too. So Stratford Eltham striking back immediately.
Definitely the intensity is a large factor in this first 6 minutes. How long can they keep this up? What's the toll it can take for these two teams?
So Rocky Olsen now. Looks like a decent connection and proves the case. Flags go up. Stratford Eltham leading 7-3 here. So he's taken the early opportunity there, Jack Meads. Of course, he's got the starting chance with Adam Lennox away. There's Porteous, kicks us off. Goes deep. Let's return there by Hamopo Cunningham.
Backwards!
They're looking to play from deep in their own territory here. Stratford, off goes Brendan Coop.
Roll out too, nice.
3 tries from this season. The fullback. As Jury makes some hard yards in the tight.
Bind up a few. Wingers are on.
Olsen shows his left boot, but Porteous is back there to return serve. It's Brad Koeman there, well taken by William Butler. There's Tukapa go wide, Josh Hopkins fending off a few there. And some nice quick ball at ruck time. Off goes Josh Keach.
No, you're putting him in there. He's good, he's gone.
Bit of space out there on the right hand side for Tukapa.
Take
Off
advantage.
goes Regan Arson.
Nah,
Just
both
dropped
ways,
the
boys.
ball there. But a bit of
Lock
space
on.
out here on the right hand tram lines for Tukapa.
Is that 5 metres?
Very frantic play.
It's good. I thought that last scrum was good. Keep working on it. Ideal. Show me that picture. Locks in, please. Crouch!
Sort
Wide.
of needs to feed here.
Sit!
Known for his
Hold!
pass from the base of the scrum. It's a pretty good scrum though from Tukapa. Edwards getting
Absolute pole driver.
doing a great job there, getting his number over Aaron Tosland.
I'll stay straight.
What a good way to get the boys up. That is a brilliant one up front.
Here we are here.
That'll give them some confidence here.
Really solid scrummaging there from the complete Tukapa unit, led there from the number 1 jersey, Thomas Edwards, and they go to the corner.
You just get
So
that
it'll
hook
be
at a hold
Burnett,
ball.
the 100
Hold the ball,
game
it's
man,
up tidy.
to throw to the line out.
Righto, just on
Potentially
your,
a rolling maul, I
your
suspect.
back man. Same with you, just keep that tidy for me. Okay?
Or dunk teabag.
Well, it worked for them last week, didn't it? What do you reckon Liam Burnett's paying to score a try in his 100th?
Play on!
Oh, he's just missed his target there. And it's a nice little offload from
Out of it
Stratford.
now, missed!
Jury takes it to ground as Olsen finds his captain Clough. Jordan Masters there in a bit of space. Beats the first and he finds Nambuka, who's got Brendan Coop on the outside. It's a good little passage of play there from Stratford Eltham on the counter attack, and off goes Hamish Walker out of Otago University.
No, he's not lifting at one arm. Hold it here.
Dulling D here from Tukapa as they let them slide and get their meters, but that's not dulling at all, and Josh Hopkins absolutely smashes him.
Nah, off the foot.
And Mead sort of weighs up what he'll do with it. And is eventually taken. Tosland goes into scrum half. Plenty of physicality around these rucks here. The Bookie's got plenty of speed. And Mead finds Hamish Walker now. It's a good little run from the base of the scrum there from Mead, but he may have been held up. He's doing well to fight his way to ground.
Nah.
But
It's gotta merge
unfortunately,
immediately and
Prestige
you need
says
to break.
the ball's stuck in there. So Tukapa worked the turnover there nicely.
Ball turnover, Tukapa scrum. Roll up.
We've had 12 minutes and it feels like we've had 20. It's been very frantic and a good watch, to be fair.
Action-packed, plenty of running rugby, particularly given the wet underfoot conditions.
Crouch! Bind! Nah, you gotta let him. You gotta let him
Hot
in.
on the whistle was Josh Prestige pulled wide.
Gotta let him in. Binding.
He's very sharp on that call, but fair enough as it is. Binding needs to be right.
And off goes Jordan McFarlane
Tackle
there,
now!
former Poverty Bay representative, big ball carrier for the Stratford Eltham side.
Roll out, Blue! Roll! No, the ball's available. He can come. Hands and feet. Hands and feet. Playing advantage.
Harry Hansen now does some hard yards and gets into it. Rocky Olsen goes for the long ball. Masters finds a bit of space out on the right wing there for Chase Bailey.
Advantage
And he
over!
finds Brendan Coop, who will drop down for his 4th try of the competition. A nicely worked passage of play on the right hand side there by Stratford Eltham.
Just hands, really, no draw at all, and who wants it out back will score. It was that simple, it was that fast, and Tukapa just couldn't get to their line.
Nice bit of support play there by Brendan Coop, the fullback. Just finding that space on the outside. So Rocky Olsen will line up for his second kick of the day to try and take it to a 14-3 lead for Stratford Eltham. And they've made a strong start here, Joe.
And they have indeed. They've made a statement. Here's Rocky Olsen. Can he do it as well?
And that makes it 2 from 2. You can see why he's the competition's leading point scorer, Rocky Olsen.
The visiting side sees them score a second converted try and extend their lead. So it's now Eltham Stratford Premiers 14. Egmont sees Tukapa 3.
So it'll be Mason Porteous to kick us back off. Gets plenty of height on that one again. Going deep into Stratford territory.
Stop forwards! Stop! Stop! Oh, now!
Got a good exit there. Rocky Olsen putting boot to ball and finding touch near the halfway mark.
All good, piece.
So we'll have a pretty good line down this line out in terms of seeing the direction. On that occasion, not quite straight there from Burnett.
Scrum the line out. Scrum. Not straight.
It appears to have a slight taper on that throw, but
Clear who goes over and under, right?
be up for debate. And as this matchup continues,
Bind!
Stratford looking to bite back here.
Sit!
So it's a pretty strong scrum again. They really have had the ascendancy.
And again, they've done it.
In that front row contest, Thomas Edwards doing a fine job there on the far side. Coming on through. So,
Front row.
Tukapa just having the edge there at scrum time. But so far that's not been converted into points on the scoreboard, Joe.
Well, it is a massive advantage if you're winning scrums like that. As soon as you know it, you've got the ball back and you've gained 30 metres. Just changing the game in large factors.
Get in it. Hold!
Go towards the back again, nicely taken there by Josh Keach in his second year in the Tukapa side. Another product of Francis Douglas. Burnett there, the man in his 100th game with the ball at the back
Still
of
the ball.
the maul.
Yes, through the middle! Get it back! Get it back! No, it's not immediately available.
Interesting
Nah,
call
this man's
there.
through the middle, he's allowed to tackle the ball carrier. No, wasn't immediately available.
So there was a bit of momentum building in that rolling maul, but Stratford managed to defuse it.
It's always a maul. No. Back you go. Clear small.
So Tukapa will be looking to put a bit of pressure on at scrum time again here.
Talk down the pre-match, keep a strong line.
Tukapa just reminding who's under pressure at scrum time.
Well, they might as well knock it on anywhere to get out anything.
Crouch!
Hopefully they get a scrum. Win the scrum.
Bind!
Thus far that's been the case.
Sit! Use it.
Just gone
Nothing
down
clear
there,
for
but
Meads.
Meads
Both players
gets
straight
it at
down.
the back, and Clough
Out of
makes
it!
some hard meters
Yeah.
up towards the 22. Bit of physicality there at ruck time. And Rocky Olsen finds touch. Of course, Stratford Eltham playing into a slight breeze with that northeasterly today.
Might be right at back beach.
So Burnett now to throw to the line out.
Contest is good.
Finds Keach.
Play on.
They look to go to the rolling maul, but instead spread it, and they find Woodmass there.
Holding.
Taken by Tosland.
Go now.
Bailey does a good job trying to get over the ball and pilfer it at ruck time. Burnett does a nice
Play
little
on.
offload, and there's plenty of space out
Let him
here
run.
for Regan Arson. And the bounce doesn't quite sit up nicely, but Brendan Coop does a fine job in the 15 jumper there to clean things up.
Oh, he's done very well there, Brendan Coop.
Holding far side.
So Mead here looks for the box kick. Just inside his 22, so he can go out on the full, but he doesn't decide to. There's a little goose step there by Mason
Missed it
Poirier.
now.
He's well taken by his
Good
opposite
man.
there, and Rocky
Nah,
Olsen.
you let him go, bud. All on.
Now a little kick through there by Max Beetham.
No separation. Play.
And he says he hasn't quite lost it forward there, does Prestige.
Haven't left the Missitafu off the finger.
Hold 6. 5. 1 come. Yeah, right.
A nice little kick in behind there from Tukapa, forcing Olsen back.
Hold in front. Stop.
Ever dependable. He finds touch nicely. Probably not quite the distance he would have liked there, Rocky Olsen, but always safety in the touchline.
Well, into the northeasterly, and 3 metre dip. He's done well.
They go.
Burnett, they go to the
Play
back
on.
again. Just eluding Josh Keach there.
No hands.
Some nice work there by William Butler in the number 4 jersey. Some nice work in the tight by Stratford Eltham
Stop forwards.
as Olsen
All
puts
good.
boot to ball. And he's just gone out on the full there.
Here we are, B.
Nicely judged by Ethan Lobb. Obviously knew where his touchline was. So a quarter of the way
Good
through this
discipline,
match,
mate.
Stratford
Take the
Eltham
number
leading 14-13. 2 tries to none. The sole penalty there for Tukapa.
Play on. Release. No hands here. Ball's out.
Stratford
Ball's
Eltham
out.
turn that over at line-out time. As Mopo Cunningham takes it into contact. Jordan McFarlane, he's a big ball carrier
Holding.
for the boys in red and black.
No hands.
Off goes Hanson, the hooker. Can also play a bit of flanker. And the show and go at the base of the scrum
Take
from
advantage.
Mead. It's a knock
Advantage
advantage for
over.
Stratford Eltham, but off goes Hamish Walker. Some big strides from the number 5.
An absolute
Backwards
gallop.
off the foot. No hands.
And it looks like there's a bit of space out on the left-hand side for Stratford Eltham. And off goes Masters, rolling out of the first. But Taplin there, ever present over the ball and doing a fine job to win the turnover, and boy did they need it, Tukapa.
Huge play.
Progress scores some other games around the province. Midland Boys 3, Southern 0.
Stratford, doing well, building phases
Of Clifton 10 to 0.
and just really settling in and flinging it wide, and Tukapa being able to defend that. And
We're under attack in the caravan here. That ball's just landed very closely. It's almost like battleships there.
Marquee to 3-2.
So Liam Burnett now in his 100th match, and he finds Josh Keach back of the line out. Lapo just trying to find the spot, bit of space there for Beetham, but not able to connect.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's good. No advantage. Here we are.
Of course, Beetham, the strength and conditioning coach for this side.
Well, I hope he's done some himself. Surely he has.
Yeah, very fit man in the number 12 jumper out of New Plymouth Boys High School. So we've got our stats here. First one of the day, the PSL stats. 67% territory for Tukapa. So they're winning the territory battle, of course, with the win behind them in this first half.
Crouch!
But Stratford Eltham holding most of the position in the tight 60-40.
Sit!
It's offset half and half for both teams in terms of territory and possession.
So far it's been possession trumping territory here at Sanders Park as Rocky Olsen puts a little grubber in and he finds touch just outside the Tukapa 22.
Forward past the 7 and 8 away.
So line-out time has been a bit of a weakness so far for the Tukapa side. They'll be looking to find their man, a short line out here. And they do so. Burnett finds Keach.
The wing is on! You're all on!
And Woodmass hacks it downfield where he finds Nabuka. Plenty of speed. Competition's leading try scorer with 6. And you can see why. Making breaks on that right hand side. And he finds Clough, but can't quite hold
Absolute
on to it.
wheels from Nambuka. He flew through. I'd love to see what he can do later on, because get the ball and he can fling wide. Very dangerous.
Out of Fielding High School.
2 and 2, mate. 2 and 2.
He's certainly one to watch.
Fast.
Hold. Over. Release.
Nice yardage there by Lapo. But
hang on the ground.
Josh Prestige has other words for it.
8 playing the ball on the ground.
So it looks like Lapo there just playing the ball on the ground, according to Mr. Prestige. He's got a nice boot on him, does Rocky Olsen. Been very dependable with that right boot so far today.
Definitely plenty of aptitude.
Coastal 20, Clifton nil. Southern 7, A-Boys 3.
From Whangarei Boys High.
Harry Hansen now to feed this line out.
Nice.
He goes to Hamish Walker, but it's not straight.
It's called outside. Yeah.
And we will go to another scrum. And Tukapa won't complain about this, unless they're using all the energy on scrums, which could be the case. But
Got the outside for me, Beast.
the mesomorphs will collide as we see what happens.
Crouch!
So we have Dent
Bind!
up against Jordan McFarlane on this near side.
Sit!
Pretty solid scrum from Tukapa.
Yeah, use it, Nike. It's
Been
going nowhere.
the strength of their game so far today.
Hold in front! Hold!
And Porteous
Come here. Yeah, you're on now.
puts together a thundering boot downfield. Off comes Brendan Coop in the 15 jumper, the custodian for the Stratford Eltham side.
Stay there.
And here is that man, Nabuka.
Pass is good.
Finds a bit of space and he finds Masters, who in turn finds Jury, and off goes Jack Meads. scores down the left-hand side. It was nicely worked there by Stratford Eltham.
Hey, what a passage of play. They linked in between. Goodness me.
Plenty of speed in that back three for Stratford Eltham. As we see here on the replay, the Booker just got on the outside and found Masters. And it was a nice bit of linking play with, as every good halfback, Jack Mead in support there, running his nice line, and he dots down.
Just their ability to link play together is brilliant, really, and that's just keeps that extra phase out of the way and an extra few metres and obviously a try there. How brilliant.
Really nicely worked try there by Stratford Eltham. So Olsen here looking to make it 3 from 3 from the boot. We'll get a pretty good view of it.
And how does Tukapa counter this now, Sammy? They're now 19 points adrift.
Yeah, it's a good question, Joe. They'll, you know, bit of work to be done, but I'm sure that there's plenty of players there in that lineup that can take the game by the scruff of the neck and turn things around.
Slow it down. Sure. Thank you.
Slow it down, as Josh Prestige is told.
So Porteous kicks us back off. It's taken there by Olsen. So they look to spread it from their own goal line. Clough's taken there by Regan Arson. Bit of space on here. Off goes Nabuka.
Playing advantage.
And Thomas Edwards does well to get down low there and pick that ball up for the turnover. Tukapa
Playing advantage.
Rest the momentum from Stratford Eltham, and they've got the penalty advantage here.
Playing advantage. Stay there too.
Off goes Lapo, making some hard yards around the base of the ruck. Chris Jollins.
Release, tackler!
Skipper and the 7 jumper for Tukapa. Burnett finds Porteous wrapping around behind, and there's a bit of space out here on the left-hand side.
Advantage!
Brad Kerman, the man from Southland.
No advantage.
But Prestige takes us back to the penalty advantage. Good Bass takes it quickly now.
Yeah, you're perfect, mate. Roll! Hands away! Nah, the ball was out.
So they look to find that space. Taplin finds Koeman. Gets outside of Clough nearly. But it's try time there.
There's no dynamic movement. We're good to go.
And a result of frantic play, quite similar to what Stratford Eltham
all part of momentum.
had been able to achieve in the last 2 tries. Playing out of both teams' handbooks.
So we're just looking at the previous try here, which of course went to Jack Mead, but that try scored by Brad Koeman, his first season with Tukapa, former Southland representative and New Zealand touch player. The fullback finding some nice space on that left-hand edge, and well found as well by his insides there, Taplin and Porteous, to get him on the outside. And a much-needed try for Tukapa, 8 minutes out from the halftime break.
Brad Kerman, he's only been here 3 weeks and he's settling in and he's really showing his stuff. Knowing how the boys outside him play, and he just looks like he's just increasing the way he is playing.
So Porteous here, and he's gone straight over the sticks. Stratford Eltham now leading 19-10. So Tukapa keeping touching distance here at Sanders Park as we enter that crucial phase leading into half time.
So they're not in front of the kicker. Yeah, exactly. Don't want to run the risk of obstruction for the kicker.
I've been really impressed by Stratford Eltham's outside back so far today, Joe. Both Nabuka and Coop in particular have been able to find plenty of space.
Definitely the intent's been shown that they want to get wide to those boys.
Tackle! Tommy!
Tosland, it's bobbled round, but he manages to gather the ball there for Stratford.
Tackle!
And off goes Scott Jury.
Make sure you're going to stay up if you're going to pre-latch.
Harry Hansen makes some good yards
Playing advantage.
around the face of the
No,
ruck.
it's all good. Just number 8 knocked it on the ground.
Just a little knock on there by Mairang Alapo. Trying to steal the ball at breakdown time.
I said a little bit different, but thank you.
And Tukapa won't complain. Maybe not.
So I'll slow the calls down. I'll slow those calls
So centre field scrum here on the 22 for Stratford Eltham.
down. Between blind and set.
Of course, that first try was a nicely worked 8-9 down the blind side of the scrum. So I suspect might be Cunningham and Meads looking to do something similar here.
Crouch! Bind!
He's got
Sit!
Brendan Coop behind Rocky Olsen. They look to guide each other. No, it's a fake play.
Well, there was plenty of movement there.
Knock
As we
on,
go to the
first
replay, you can see players in motion. But unfortunately, there Mead just knocking it on.
Is that too long? Were you happy with that? That was a little bit long, that one. It's tricky, eh? Come here. 4 minutes 30. 4.5. Give me up.
So 4.5 minutes to go.
It cannot be understated at scrum time. Definitely the pride that goes into it. The boys are up there. It's a very confrontational point in the match. Who's getting over it?
Crouch!
That's right.
Bind! Sit!
Probably give Tukapa the edge at scrum time so far, and it's a pretty stable platform again there. There's Woodmass now.
Hold
finds
ball
Claudius.
until that winger comes through.
It's a nice connection there, sending it deep into Stratford territory. There's that man, Brendan Coop. He beats the first and the second. Off he goes. Making some great yardage is Brendan Coop, the
Take
custodian
advantage.
for Stratford.
Coop.
Just let him get out. Let him get out. You've got all the time in the world. It's all good. First tackler high and then rolling.
So no roll there from the Tukapa defender.
High. And then roll out.
And high, so double whammy, some would say. Definitely been a few penalties in this first half, so a bit of ill discipline from both sides perhaps. So it'll be a Stratford Eltham line out on the Tukapa 22. 2 for 2-2-2.
Potentially a advantage set juice feeling here, Sammy.
Yep, Tukapa will be
on.
working tirelessly to try and hold them out
No,
to half time here.
Playing advantage.
As the ball bobbles round and Porteous comes away with it.
Still advantage backwards.
Hold it, hold. Avery. Be here.
So off goes Chris Jollins, the skipper. He's a real workhorse in the number 7 jumper. Chris Jollins.
Touched!
And it's a touch there, so second time that's happened today where it's been a kick from the Tukapa team and touched by the Stratford Eltham lads, and that's, you know, given them the throw to the line out there for Tukapa. So a nice little win there for them. They look to go quick, but it's stolen at the front there.
No!
And off goes Harry Hansen, but it's a Tukapa penalty. Stratford
Straight off
going
feet.
off his feet.
No, you're connected with this guy. Yeah. You got 1 minute 30.
Porteous may consider taking a shot.
Slow it down. I want to have oranges, he's thinking.
Tell you what, if Tukapa can score a late one here, they'll go all but Eddie steady into the half-time break
Time off.
with a late try. So Despite being behind for large parts of this first half, they'll be looking to try and narrow the gap late in the piece.
Time back on.
As the old saying goes, 2 hours before 12. That's not relevant, but
I've got a metre here.
five between 40 is where things really change.
Nah.
Pivotal.
Straight out, you're creeping you.
Pivotal
Lock.
point.
Move over.
And they call him Weasel. He's looking to...
Play on!
Goes astray.
There. Off goes Harry Hansen.
Handsome.
From Otago.
Holding. No, he pulled back. Play on.
So Olsen goes to the up and under. It's a good little midfield bomb, but Arson does a fine job under that one. The man from
Absolutely
Matamata.
fantastic.
No hands.
There's Woodmass now. Finds Porteous and Beetham. Off goes Ethan Lobb in the headgear. Makes some good yardage, some good leg drive and contact there. Great little offload there from Thomas Edwards. As Dent cleans up behind. Try and find some space out on this right side.
Playing advantage. No clear release. No, he pivoted on the player.
The advantage.
Playing
Thomas
advantage.
Edward, the workhorse and the number one jumper. As they look for but not a bad option with advantage up your sleeve.
Yeah, over here.
I suspect Porteous might have a look at the sticks here to try and take the penalty and narrow the margin to under 7
me a
heading
clear
into the
release and then
half-time
come back
break.
through
Well,
the
I
gate.
think so, but
Open up.
would set them up. No, he doesn't. I want to go in the corner, he thinks. Well, he's told. By Chris Jones, the captain.
At Chairman's corner.
Chairman's corner. Hope it can help the line out as well.
Remember, keep the space, keep the
old
gap.
members bounce. Might
Maybe
come
it's
in
the
handy.
words of wisdom from the chairman's corner. I'm not sure. The chairman's bounce.
So it'll be Burnett then to throw the line out, and he finds
Oh.
Mike Nyson. Go to the rolling maul and
Down by Blip, down by. Let it come.
can't quite get it.
No, the ball's available. The ball's available.
The ball is there. And Nyson's driven back there
Here we are.
by Dale Badley.
Chaperoned.
Use the ball. Use the ball.
Thomas Edwards makes some good yardage. He's been the pick of the forwards for me today so far.
Here we are.
Porteous finds Taplin. There's a bit of space out here on that left-hand side. Off goes Ethan Lobb in the 11 jumper. And
Playing
Beetham
advantage.
just knocked on there.
Here we are. And up. Advantage over.
As Olsen puts boot to ball. We're going deep into injury time here. 2 minutes overtime in this first half. But that won't stop Regan Arson from running the ball back.
Stripped.
It's just lost there in
Stripped and backwards
contact.
by Black. Tackle, out blue.
And we finally come to a stoppage
No
there.
one's going anywhere. That's a half.
So that does us for half time. Stratford Eltham leading 19-10 here at Sanders Park.
Very exciting. Very exciting game of footy. A contrast to last week.
Agree, Joe. Plenty of action there. In that
Both teams
first
have
half.
learned anything. They've learned intensity.
Good game, mate.
As we'll have a look at the first half stats now as the sides go for their half-time oranges.
Nectarines.
Of course, one of the new additions we've got to this coverage are the half-time stats. So Stratford Eltham, 3 tries to 1. Their back three in particular have been pretty impressive, Joe. And 2 out of 3 for Rocky Olsen from the tee, and a perfect record from Mason Porteous. 2 from 2.
No drop goals.
No drop
Why
goals
not?
thus far. No. Maybe
Bring it back.
Golden point down the line. Who knows? You won't see too many
Showboating
then.
10, surely we've got 2 of them.
That's right. Territory, Tukapa have had the better of the territory, but it's possession that's trumping it so far on the scorecard, with Stratford Eltham 59% up against Tukapa 41%. Couple of missed tackles there from Tukapa and turnovers, proving costly, and there have been a few penalties as well in this first half, just sort of slowing proceedings down. But all in all, very action-packed first half, and bringing to you coverage from the caravan here today. We'll head to a short ads break and join you again shortly.
For those people that missed the scores from the 1 o'clock game, just as a run through of what happened with the...
So the oranges / nectarines have been consumed, and we head back to second half coverage here at Sanders Park. Stratford Eltham leading 19-10. And it finds a bit of space there, but the bounce of the ball is kind to Stratford Eltham. It's a pretty nice clearance there by Rocky Olsen. Feature of that first half was his clearing kicks, and we've seen it again there. So it'll be Liam Burnett to throw the line out here. And they put 2 jumpers up to try and contest it to Stratford Eltham, and they managed to steal it.
Out of it, no hands!
Off goes Captain Clough, frees up the hands, but Porteous diffuses that nicely.
Away!
It's an early Tukapa penalty.
I need a clear release.
Woodmass takes it quickly.
No, he regathered it. He regathered it.
Dent shows his skills as a fly half. Off goes Beetham. Nice, and does a nice job there.
Play on!
Good little
Backwards!
steal.
First man in!
Stratford making a nuisance of themselves at ruck time.
First things first, think you're on it. Perfect. This guy has to go.
And Josh Prestige really likes to blow that whistle quite strongly.
Roll out.
He likes to make sure everyone hears it.
Pretty good clearing kick there again from Olsen.
He could be an AFL player. Sammy.
He could, yep. Sydney Swans or St Kilda.
The Perth Manta Rays? No, is it a team?
West Coast Eagles, I think, are out that way. Fremantle Dockers.
The Gold Coast Sand Dunes.
Play on!
Oh, it's a lovely ball there from Dale Bailey. And plenty nice linking play. Jordan Masters out on that left-hand side. Just diffused there by Ethan Lobb. He managed to do a pretty good job there because there was plenty of pressure coming on from Stratford Eltham to prevent that one from going any further.
Couldn't quite interlink the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's a pretty overcast day here at Sanders Park.
Sorry,
Extra movement on the ball.
Yep, a little bit of swing in the air.
Bit of swing. Humidity always plays a factor on the ball.
Blind!
We're not at altitude though, so we don't quite have that same distance like you get some of those grounds over in South Africa. Another nice scrum there by Tukapa. Oh, it's a bit unfortunate there. Edwards doing a great job on that number 1 jumper, but
needs to show me he can go forward.
not quite viewed
Need to push square.
the same way there.
And the scrums go the other way. And just like that, tit for tat. Stratford Eltham are back.
So Stratford Eltham here on attack. A couple of minutes into the second half. Harry Hansen finds Scott Jury and the 6 jumper.
Over.
So they go to the rolling maul. Pretty resilient defence.
Get out, get out.
Tukapa.
That's 2 going sideways.
As Meads finds Olsen. Masters is well taken there by Taplin. It's a quick ball out. Looking to the right hand side there.
And he's over the bolo.
Straight on the
Looked
ball.
like Josh Hopkins
Over there.
did a
Holding
fine
on.
job
Straight on
there.
the ball for me. 2 players.
He's been plagued by injuries these last few seasons, Josh Hopkins, but good to see him back out there on the park and nicely over the ball on that occasion.
Over like an arch, the strongest entryway in Greek mythology or structures or whatever.
Time off. Sub
The
5.
Arc de Triomphe.
The Arc de Triomphe.
Time's off.
What's the most famous statue in the world, you reckon, Joe?
Oh, it's
Surely the Eiffel Tower.
It's got to be the Plymouth chimney.
It is the second highest building or structure in New Zealand, isn't it, Joe? Behind the Sky Tower, the new Plymouth chimney.
Not manable though, structure.
Not as solid as an arch, though, of course.
No.
I've just been told that our stats man's been up the top of the chimney, all 198 metres of it.
Why? He was a kid.
Good stuff.
Incredible stuff.
Hold.
Brilliant.
As Burnett then finds Josh Keach.
Take advantage.
It's just lost forward there by Edwards, who's been one of the pick of the players today.
How was the view?
Let's go. Scrum.
Beautiful, he says. It was a marvellous day and seen a couple of seals.
Yeah, I've got it. What we said pre-match is we both need to go forward, and then if you go around, I'll work that out then.
What's your second favourite structure in New Zealand, Sammy? Well, in the world.
In the world? Oh, yeah, like I say, Eiffel Tower would have to be up there, wouldn't it?
Eiffel Tower?
Yep.
Blind!
Quite a romantic
What about
spot.
yourself, Joe? What about the Stratford Glockenspiel? How does that
The
rank?
Glockenspiel, only at 12 o'clock when the Hamlet and Romeo can join.
Nine's gone.
Tonsils.
Leave him.
As we come back to the rugby here, nicely taken up by Clough to the previous ruck.
Play on.
And off goes McFarlane.
Out now. No. Never pass
Nice
the high
and
most
trying to
spot.
steal the ball at the back of the ruck there.
Roll! Good stuff. Here we are. Come back. Hands and feet. Just hands and feet behind the highmost.
And
Now,
some
balls
nice
up.
work in the tight. Tukapa not giving a backward step. Stratford Eltham keeping it tight there. Off goes McFarlane, the man from Gisborne.
Playing advantage. Too slow. Number 2.
It's a penalty advantage for Stratford Eltham.
Holding. Playing advantage. High.
And they're keeping it
Yeah, I've got that,
tight here.
And we're on to 8th
Come back.
phase.
Playing advantage.
Oh,
As we
You've got
reach
options,
the
you've got options.
30 decibel mark from that whistle.
Playing a new
to
advantage.
find some space there. And
I've got it.
just missed that, but it's a try on the left-hand side there for Stratford Eltham.
You. No separation for me. You just go back and chat.
Looked like it may have been Chase Bailey, former Alf Bailey Award winner. Of course, the award for under 13 all-round excellence in rugby. Although no, in fact, it was number 11, Isaroma Nabuka, who is the competition's leading try scorer, taking himself from 6 tries to 7. The man from Fielding High.
The man who does a 4-metre box jump, just continuing to show his presence on the field, the finisher.
Yep, he's been pretty elusive today, and a try for all those efforts is worthy reward. So you can see why Nabuka and Olsen are the competition's leading try scorer and point scorers respectively. Been a big presence in today's match, taking Stratford Eltham to 26-10 to a 26-10 lead here. It's a nice little short kick off there by Porteous. Nice ball. And Tukapa win the penalty for the accidental offside by the looks of things.
Knock on. Offside. Yeah.
The combo. Do you want drinks with that?
What's your go-to fast food option, Joe?
Fast food option.
Couple of score updates.
In terms of speed or in terms of flavour?
Overall quality.
Can't go past
I need the gap maintained, Red.
a fish fillet from McDonald's.
Oh yeah, not bad. Bit of tartare sauce in
Bit of
there.
tartare sauce. How about you, Sammy?
Oh yeah, I actually don't mind a bit of burger fuel myself as
Burger
well.
fuel.
Yep.
Bad and bougie.
As Dravitsky now on the number 16 jumper. Can't find his man. Off goes Nathan Clough.
Pass is good.
And he finds Nabuka in a bit of space. Now this is dangerous. Off he goes. He's going towards the space and he's got plenty of speed. Over comes Koeman, who makes a nice tackle. The man from Southland, and regathers nicely. He returns serve.
Committed.
It's a little kick and Scott Jerry cleans up there for Stratford Eltham. But a great defensive play there by Brad Koeman. Through comes Chris Jollins as Preston shares the ball down.
No!
So it's helter-skelter stuff here at Sanders Park. So Beetham finds Taplin and Lapo ranging out wide on that right-hand side. And he makes some good yardage. As Tukapa try and progress the ball up the field. Luke Dravitsky takes it into contact and off goes Edwards. Head down, bum up.
No, you're right. You're fine.
Porteous goes wide. Off goes Koeman, the man that started it all. Looks like Stratford and Eltham over the ball nicely there. Although somehow it's come back on the Tukapa side. I've done well there.
Hands on the ground.
Hopkins. He finds Porteous. Edwards breaks the first as he's done all day.
8 off feet.
Come to the blind side. So Woodmass now finds Koeman. And off goes Taplin. Might be a little bit isolated, but they do well to retain the ball, do Tukapa. Here's Edwards. Finds a nice little short ball there to Patrick Howlett.
Advantage is over!
No relation of Doug as far as I understand. Off goes Beetham in a bit of space. Nearly got him behind there.
Knock on first, boys, so option. No option, you know. Knock on only. Red scrum?
Are the assistant referees that are call things?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, your man, 8 off his feet here.
What was the advantage there for?
8 off feet here.
And from the minute we went go, this game continues at the same pace.
Tom.
Battered bodies and battered breaths.
Tactical and territorial.
This is where substitutions are very important.
Are we good?
And we've got a few
Here
on
we
the
are.
field.
No. Here's our
Jacob
mark.
Morrison's come
On
on.
the 5.
Patrick Howlett, who's had a good imprint on this game. Michael Back's
Tom's
come
on.
on. Campbell Moore in the field, and
I just hold it.
I think Willem Ratu as well in the number 21 jumper for Stratford Eltham. And Luke Dravitsky too in the 16 jumper for Tukapa. Of course, winner of the Tukapa Darts Summer Series. They call him Phil Taylor, and you can see why with his darts prowess.
oh, man,
Crouch!
talent, that's for sure. He
Bind!
can sing as well. He's a
Piano
great
man.
singer. He's a
Sit!
So we've got there Jacob Morrison on for Mike Nyson.
No, that's me. That was me. So we're pre-engaged on this side. That was me. I didn't call it early enough. Let's go again. Yeah.
Just got to reset here at scrum time. A few newbies in that front row, of course, just finding their feet.
Crouch! Bind!
You see there, yep, Luke Dravitsky on for Liam Burnett.
Sit!
Of course, in his 100th game today, Liam Burnett. Congratulations to him.
We're on outside. We're all on.
As Rocky Olsen looks to put a probing kick in behind, and he finds his man in Nabuka. It was a lovely worked
No hands.
kick in behind there by Rocky Olsen. And
Hold in front.
to attack here at Stratford Eltham, and that's
Yeah,
a
good.
pretty good
Good.
little kick in behind.
No, not a.
Directing the game nicely is the number 10 here for Stratford, Rocky
No,
Eltham.
you're already inside the half for me.
The inverted banana
Already in
kick.
the half for me.
From the half in.
Yeah, no, it's blue ball. It's never a 50-20 for me.
Of course, the 50-22 rule largely originated in the league game with the 40-20.
Hold.
Interesting new
Playing advantage.
adaptation to this game. I'm not a huge fan myself, but
Careful.
always good to have new things coming.
All offside.
So just offside there were Stratford Eltham, which will give Tukapa
Back line early.
nice little piggyback exit.
Multiple numbers.
And there's a bit of a time to think here.
Offside.
What Tukapa, obviously 16 points behind. Need to be better in this game.
They have had the best of the territory, but not the possession. Obviously that's been one of the key factors here, holding the ball today so far.
That's the snooze period. I don't really want to go to work, but we wake up now and we need to win the game.
We're being consistent, all right? Outside. If there's a lift, we're being consistent.
So a bit unlucky there was Luke Dravitsky.
There's our 15-metre line. Can we see it?
Had a pretty good view of it
Here we are here.
down that line.
Sorry, I can't see it very well.
Still plenty of time here for Tukapa to narrow that gap. Stratford Eltham leading 26-10 at this stage.
Crouch! Blind! Sit! Use it.
Tukapa there pushing hard at scrum time. Comes out the Stratford side. It's a nice read there in defence by Taplin. Taking Nabuka down in a spot tackle. As Hansen finds a bit of space on that left hand side.
Tackle now.
It's a nice little in-ball work there, and Hansen makes the break. And off he goes, he's taken there by Beetham. Tukapa defence looking to fan out here.
Backwards.
Lapo gets boot to ball.
Play on. Play on, off the foot.
Couple of boots to ball in
First
there.
man there.
30 decibels. We have broken the sound barrier. Apologies for language in
We'll
today's
come
game.
back to you in a second. Just hold it, we're going to kick it out and then we'll talk.
Mason Patil looking to gain the advantage here.
It's a nice kick there
Time off.
from Mason Porteous.
And quite a diplomatic response from Ben Fleet, who is referring on the sideline. And he is bang on the money.
Thank you.
He's really holding his own, and
Again,
he's,
really good
he's not
position.
budging,
Really good.
which is
Are
great.
they lifting?
So a couple of changes
Yeah,
here
so
from Stratford Eltham.
I thought your man didn't
Looks like
give it up
Henry
enough that time.
Marchant.
I thought he was in a strong
Had some
position.
Height at line out
Yeah,
time in the
good
18
observation,
jumper,
yep.
and Campbell Moore
Sorry, those subs complete.
coming on for Harry Hansen and William
Time on.
Butler by the looks of things. So it'll be a Tukapa throw to
on.
the line out. And through comes Rowlands there in the 16
Hey, missed
jumper.
it, he's lost it. Backwards.
Childs there on at halfback for Stratford Eltham. Over
Roll out.
150 games experience. Not the worst to be able to bring on from the bench.
Ball lifted.
As off goes Masters. Well taken there by
No
Tapper.
hands!
There's Trevitsky, just lost his footing there. Goes Michael back.
Releasing out.
Stratford Eltham putting together some nice phases.
Which they have been brilliant at today. Tukapa
tackle.
not committing too many men to the ruck.
Goal.
Off goes Henry Marchant. There's that man Nabuka making a nice break.
Play on.
And he finds Jordan Masters in the 13 jumper. He's got down in the left hand corner. That man again, Isaroma Nabuka.
What a brilliant offload from Nabuka. Over the top.
It was
Bit
like
of
a
a
little
windmill.
alley-oop. In a basketball sense, he made a nice little break. Found his man outside.
It was like a minute bowl. Over the top.
It was a lovely little
18 minutes 50.
Lovely little assist there. The line break and the try assist to Isaroma Nabuka. Jordan Masters doing the rest.
$31-10 now. There's the bridge aloft further. The bridge to Terry Berthia. And Tukapa really need to get their act together if they want to be in contention in this last half. But Stratford playing well, holding ball and controlling this game, controlling the advantage. There's got to be a lot to say about Jack Meads and Rocky Olsen. They've been a very good duo. And they've just set their boys up and just set their phases, and they've just done so well.
Yep, they have, Joe. Fine job in that 9 and 10 jersey. And of course it's been Nabuka who's really been exciting in that left-hand wing position.
Option. Scrum or re-kick.
So just short there at kick-off time, and it looks like Nathaniel Peters has come onto the field in the number 20 jersey for Tukapa.
What a man to bring on right now. Experienced journeyman in the Tukapa jersey.
Looks like he's on for Josh Hopkins on the blind side flank, of course, in the Taranaki system last year, and a former New Zealand under 20 player as well, Nathaniel Peters.
Of course, we're without Alex Perry,
Crouch!
obviously injured
Boys!
last week with a sprained metatarsal. He's unable to enjoy today's game.
Pre-engage. Nah, that far side.
That's the body part that caused David Beckham a bit of issues a few years back,
Not out.
actually, Joe, the old metatarsal.
The metatarsal.
front!
Yeah,
Too many toe hacks from the man.
possibly. So they find touch there. Be a Stratford throw with Trent Rowlands.
Play on!
They go towards
Hold.
the back and look at the
Over.
rolling maul. Tukapa will be looking to snuff that out.
Get out now, you come round past the line.
We've got a blank blind here.
Advantage.
Twisting and turning.
9 and not
Off breaks Henry Marchant there for a try for the Stratford Eltham boys.
yeah, 9, yep.
And that was a try.
Front of the highmost foot. 15 and a half.
So he hits the replay here. They went to the rolling maul and off went Henry Marchant from close range. Good low body position used there.
Thanks, mate.
So on the text machine, we've just been asked about what your preferred tree would be. Our statsman Dave has said that he prefers a Pahurakawa. What time of year would you prefer Pahurakawa? Christmas time? That would be debated. I like the greenness of the winter Pahurakawa, but anyway.
And Olsen there adds the extras.
How about you, Sammy? What's your favourite tree?
I'm more a Ko-Fi man myself, actually, Joe. Yourself?
Well, I do like a Rimu. Quite a sticky sort of a tree, but the heart for that wood.
Anyhow, Porteous kicks us back off.
Release. Carried back.
And off goes Clough. It's a nice little chip and chase. Willem Ratu puts boot to ball.
Playing advantage. Ball was never out.
Manages
Playing the
to win
9.
it back on the Tukapa side. Thrown backwards there, Woodmass.
Still under advantage.
He finds Beetham, who straightens things up. Goes Nathaniel Peters, adding a bit of energy in the number 20 jersey.
Away now,
Goes
Rez.
Mason Porteous. To inject a bit of speed into this game here. Off goes Thomas Edwards, breaking a few tackles and making some good yardage through the middle.
Gone nowhere.
So we'll go back to the penalty advantage there.
400 decibels.
Playing the halfback before the ball's out. Out now. Good retiring.
Off goes Javitsky, the piano man. Just lost there.
Knock on. Black scrum.
We head up to the deck.
The next, the Nick Hughes sponsored deck. A good new covering. New addition in the last 2 years, the roof there.
Tom on.
Let's go, let's go.
Look, there's a lot of tired bodies out there, I think. At the moment, this frantic pace of this first half has really caught up.
Keep it positive. Crouch.
Stratford set out wide here.
Blind. You just gotta hold him back, okay? I'm gonna put the onus on you, okay? He's leaning. Let's go. Yep. You also spoke to me pre-match about getting late in the game and not being positive.
And the lights are on. They're being put to good use right now.
Obviously pretty dark and gloomy out there.
Blind.
Obviously the ref got the lightometer out
Sit.
to
Oh. Playing advantage.
we needed more light.
Front row
Thankfully,
straight to
bad
ground.
light has not entered play here,
Advantage
Joe.
over.
It's a nice little kick in behind.
Playing advantage. Yeah,
As you can see there, the lights in the background.
come off the body. Charge down.
Thankfully put up by
Off the hand. I've got off the hand. Let's go.
David Cloud, the national representative of Line Power, who helped put those lights up for the Tukapa Sanders Park area. And they've come into good use. It's 4 o'clock and we're that overcast.
It's almost like we're in London.
I think the sun might be behind the
Crouch!
chimney, maybe.
Perhaps.
Blind.
Perhaps,
The
yeah.
second wonder of the world.
Sit. Play on.
So Woodmass now takes it out the back of the scrum. And it's a nice ball there from Porteous to Regan Arson. And up goes Joel.
Play on. First man there.
But Clough comes away with it. And Stratford Eltham put
It's
boots
inside
the
the
ball, and
50.
it's a nice little grubber. Pushing for that 50-22, but didn't quite have the angle. And Beetham cleans up at the back there.
Must go
Of
5
course,
metres.
now it'll be a goal line dropout. Another sort of rule that's come out of the league system.
Getting ever closer to league.
Backwards.
Oh, Lagan Kumiroa,
That's it now.
22 jumper, manages to recollect that short kick-off. But it's a Stratford Eltham penalty there. Getting over the ball at breakdown time.
Back to 200 decibels.
First thing, 22 playing it on the ground.
And how will the patrons' corner hold for Tukapa? Will it play in their hands? As they had 30 points down. Stratford up, they're ready to go.
But Keach comes away with it.
No, pardon it.
So Tukapa looking to exit here as they look to spread it from their own goal line. Off goes Luke Taplin, making a nice little break.
Parson's good.
He finds Regan Arson in the headgear. He goes
No
to
hands.
ground. There's plenty of contests there at ruck time. Nice little back play. Peters finds Patrick Syme, who in turn finds Jacob Morrison. It's some nice play here from Tukapa until it finds the touchline, but some really good play with ball in hand there, Joe.
Some promising passage of play. Ability to keep that ball alive.
No, no. No, not red ball. So you got option scrum.
And the option scrum and
Scrum blue ball. Knocked on at the touch. Seven.
Tukapa holding a lot of possession this
Crouch!
last 20 minutes.
Blind.
We'll see if they can capitalise on what's been going on. Stratford's defence has been absolutely excellent.
Off goes Arson. He finds Rory Ward.
Release.
It's stolen there at the breakdown. And he's taken out just. It was a nice through the
Let
legs
it
ball
give it
there
up.
by Clough.
Couple of updates from
Woodmass looking to go quickly, but can't do so.
Cowboys 44, Southern 7, Coastal 28.
The last time I've seen lights go on at Sanders Park for a game is probably in 2013. They had the Inglewood semi-final and went on to
Let's go.
a draw
Yeah,
and
yeah, we know you're there.
went
We'll
on
see
to
how
100
this plays out.
30 minutes.
That's right, it did go on for a
Hold.
long time, that semi-final. We're in the darkness by the end of it, but off goes Josh Keach.
Ball still in.
And Nathaniel Peters making some hard meters there.
Holding.
Goes Jacob Morrison, the man they call
No ball
Muzz.
still in. High most. Roll out. Good effort.
Oh, some real big work going in at breakdown time there from
No
Stratford
hands.
to try and steal the ball.
Stay up. Roll
Tukapa
out.
keeping it nice and tight.
Hold it. Holding here.
Goes Jollins. He's been tireless all day in the number 7 jersey. The skipper. Lagan Kumura, over 150 games for Tukapa. Tries to show and go. Unsuccessfully.
He's gone. This guy's gone.
Wily old veteran. Off goes Thomas Edwards.
No hands! No, you've got to release him.
So the Stratford Eltham Thunder looking to try and steal the ball there at breakdown time.
No, you've got to get out. Give the ball up.
So it's a yellow card there to Nick Childs, the reserve halfback. Tukapa will take a scrum.
4 minutes 30.
15 plays 14 as he reluctantly leaves the field.
Let's go.
Harry Hansen.
Two.
Nick Childs.
Scrum first.
Nick Childs
Crouch!
leaves the field.
Blind.
So an attacking opportunity here for Tukapa.
Sit.
Scrum just coming up, but off goes Jollins.
Keep it in.
Breaks the
Release
first.
now, Flick.
Oh, here. Take advantage.
So looking to keep it tight.
Take advantage. Yeah, no, you can't go anywhere.
Plenty of advice from the sideline
Holding.
around going quick.
Rolled out. Still under advantage. Holding here.
As off goes Woodmass, he finds Porteous. Yeah.
No advantage.
So we'll go back to the penalty advantage as we head into this final 10 minutes here.
Continue to
Stratford
go,
Eltham
mate.
leading
Just
40
down
to 10.
Just
Tukapa
man here,
pressing
not all the
hard.
way. Tackle. Roll!
Well, if they want to be that
Go, mate,
ambitious
go,
and
mate,
score,
go,
they
go,
need to
go,
do it
mate.
now to get back into this game.
Stay up.
Edwards
Roll
now
out.
looks to drive over from close range. Good body position from Travitsky.
Yeah. Playing advantage. 16 offside.
No, not far off. It's pretty resilient defence here by Stratford Eltham.
Roll! Ball still coming. Holding.
Down in the West End Bowling Club end.
Still under advantage. Let's go back. Hindmost. Go back. You're offside. New advantage.
There's plenty of phases that are being put together here
Hindmost, boys.
by
It's like a
Tukapa.
crummer working up the anthill.
Short.
And he's just short there as Keach, but it must only be by millimetres.
No, short. And they've got hands under it going back. 16.
So the double blow the whistle. It looks like Stratford Eltham could be down to 13 men.
Just the end of a repeated team infringements. We're offside. Too many.
So I think that might have been Trent Rowlands there in the number
Needs to go
16
the other
jumper.
Got 2 minutes to play. Yeah, here we go.
So 2 forwards out of the
Out
mix.
now.
So off goes Patrick Syme. And Nathaniel Peters makes good progress from close range, but he's held up. There again, some nice defensive work by Stratford Eltham.
A brilliant effort from Stratford Eltham here.
Minute and a half.
Against some
Minute and a half.
pretty good Tukapa attack there, really grinding away, but Stratford resolute in defence.
Potentially Tukapa needed to be a little bit more innovative, harder than said to be done. But very well defended by 13-man Stratford side, and they've just done so well.
So Porteous now finds
Hold in
Arson.
front. 9.
He
1.
puts boot to ball and
Excellent
finds that
footing's
corner. Rocky Olsen there to clean up. He's well taken by Arson,
Hold out.
chasing his own kick.
Yeah. Carried back. Yeah. No, it's still 40 seconds.
So
And he puts a massive kick in. Gives their team lots
Yeah, I
of
got it here. Yep.
territory.
ref says 40 seconds, which
Here we are.
doesn't quite line up with our calculations, but
No,
23 seconds.
sorry, that went as far as I thought it would.
Hold! Over.
There goes Woodmass. He finds Peters.
Release, no hands.
So Tukapa will be looking for a late try here.
It's a surging blue wall.
Play on.
They've had a bit of
Tackle
territory
release, no
possession
hands.
late in the piece in this match. Looking to try and convert that into some late points. And Thomas Edwards, who's been one of the pick of the forwards, he finds
Release
Patrick
the
Hallett.
tackler. Get out of it. Playing advantage. No release.
Another slightly cynical play there. And it goes out the back. A nice little ball
the
from
doggy door.
Kumira. He finds Porteous.
I've got it.
And that's try time for the Blue and Whites.
Lagan Kumaroa out the doggy door. Absolutely brilliant play.
Shades of Carlos Spencer there to Joe Rokathoko through the gate.
Look at him as he goes. Pop. That is brilliant. Beats 3 defenders and scores.
So a nice little play there from Kumiroa and Porteous for a late Tukapa try. I think this could be the final play based on what Prestige is saying.
Yeah, that's fine off the kick.
So Porteous here lines up the conversion.
So we believe this is the final play. A few minutes adrift.
As Porteous, it's a pretty good kick and it's straight down the middle there from Mason Porteous. And Prestige does call time, so that'll be full time here at Sanders Park. Stratford Eltham taking the victory today, 40-17 over Tukapa.
Stratford Eltham should be very proud of that performance. They've done very well. I think, well, they're a very good side and they've just shown that today. Outclassed Tukapa.
Yep, fine performance there from Stratford Eltham. You can see why they're second on the table. 1-4, lost 1 coming into today, and their performance was pretty clinical. Rocky Olsen guiding the ship round in the number 10 jersey, alongside his inside half, Jack Meads, doing a fine job. And Isaroma Nabuka was the pick of the outside backs for mine. And Brendan Coop for the Tukapa side. Plenty of resolute work up tight in the front row. Had a good run at scrum time, but unable to convert that to points today. And Stratford Eltham deserved winners today.
Absolutely, and the Stratford Thunder have done it up trumps. Good to see for the comp, quite an even comp this year.
As we'll head now to today's highlights. As we go through the opening try, Jack Mead in that number 9 jersey off an 8-9 move. Scott Jury dotting down nicely for the day's opening try. As then we had Rocky Olsen, went wide, and they found Chase Bailey, who looped up nicely with Brendan Coop on that right hand side. So day's third try here was a nice little break from Nabuka. Got on the outside and then some nice linking play with Masters, Jury, and like any good halfback, Jack Meads coming in support in the number 9 jersey. So Stratford Eltham really got off to a strong start there. We missed the initial Tukapa try, and we went into the second half here for the first try of the second half. Off went Nabuka again. He made some probing line breaks and a nice little offload to find Jordan Masters, who raced away to score in that left-hand corner. It was a rolling maul for the next try with Marchant breaking off the back there, showing good body position. And Tukapa here with the final try of the game. It was out the back from Lagan Kumira, shades of Carlos Spencer, and Porteous making his way through, fighting through 3 defenders to get the job done. So that's full time here at Sanders Park. We go to the stats, Joe.
And it was a great performance from Stratford Eltham Thunder.
6 tries to 2. Pretty reliable kicking from both goal kickers, Porteous and Olsen. Very reliable off the tee, showing why their composition point scorers 1 and 2. Territory, Tukapa actually had the best of the territory, but possession was with Stratford and Eltham, and most importantly, what they did with that possession, very dangerous with the ball out wide. Couple of penalties and turnovers, but Stratford Eltham deserved victors on the day. So we head to next week's games. It's the big one up against crosstown rivals New Plymouth Old Boys over at Vogeltown Park for Tukapa. Old Timers Day for New Plymouth Old Boys there. Sponsored by Craig's Investment Partners, so no doubt a big one down there. Clifton Spotswood in the other match. Stratford Eltham, they're up against Southern in the other match there, and Inglewood Coastal in the other match. Final round 1 matches next week, so we'll be looking forward to that.
And there's a very exciting comp that we got this year. Teams really coming together today. Stratford Eltham looking very promising. They've got a bit of potential. Could be very, you know, they could be a very good team to take this out.
Yeah, no,
Side to watch,
definitely.
that's the word.
It's been a great match here at Sanders Park. As you say, Joe, Stratford Eltham deserved victors. Thank you for joining us for coverage today, and we'll be back next time.
Thank you very much.
This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.